Hello everyone, my name is Priya Parik. Today I am presenting my Power BI project, the name called Business Insight 360 Degree, which I built for the Atlic hardware. So first I go to the project introduction. So the main goal of this project is to provide Atlic's management with a 360-degree view of their business performance from finance to supply chain using Power BI and advanced data modeling. Now I just go to the overview of the company. So Atlic is a global manufacturing company that provides the product like laptop, keyboard, mouse, PC, and more. And the distributor of this the channels of this company is the first channel is retailer. The leading partners like Chroma and Best Buy who bring Atlic's product directly to urban consumers. The second channel is direct sales, Atlic exclusive stores and the global Atlic e-stores for a premium unified brand experience. Atlic have their own direct stores like Atlic exclusive and Atlic e-stores. The third channel is distributor, strategic partners like Neptune that manage bulk distributions and deep marketing penetrations. Now I just go to the challenge that were faced by Atlic. Uh, Previously, all the data analysis of the Atlic managed by in the Excel only. So this is the in the Latin America crisis, Atlic faced several financial setbacks in the Latin market due to decision based on gut feeling and static surveys. The second is legacy limitations. Over reliance on fragmented Excel files lead to data soils and massive delays in reporting across different regional offices. The third is Atlic need for transparency. Competitors were leveraging big data. Atlic need a uniform source of truth to survive and grow in a dynamic industry. Now I just go to the ecosystem. Why is it created? You may have the question like, why is it created? What does it do? To eliminate manual data gathering and provide automated real-time insights for every department. And the second is, what does it do? It integrated data from 5 different sources into a single platform covering finance, sales, marketing, and supply chain. Now I have the fifth major pages in my dashboard. After that, I show my dashboard. So, like first page is finance view that covers the profit loss analysis, net profit trends, and revenue tracking at a glance. The second page is sales view, deep dive into customer performance and product profitability across region. The third is marketing view, tracking market sales, operational expenses, and gross margin targets. The fourth is supply chain forecasting accuracy, and net error analyzed to optimize warehouse cost. The fifth is executive view, a strategic cockpit to a C-suite to and to monitor global performance KPI. Executive view is a like overview of that particular company that have the market share percentage of that particular company and with respect of their competitors. And it help executive view help to to get a better decision and in the future forecasting and all. So now I just go to my dashboard. So you can see this is the home page of my dashboard where we have all the pages which we were discussed. And a part of this is showing the Atlic logo and the last refresh date and the data like fetched till August 25. And a part of this, I have the information button. So when you click on this, all the information of that particular this project will show. You can go through this. And we have a support button. So when you click on this, if you need any kind of support, you can go through this. And a part of this, it is showing the values are in dollars and millions. So first I click on the finance view. So it is showing the finance view page. So it is showing the nav bar with the Atlic logo and all the pages which we were discussed and the information button and support button. And in the left side, it is showing the all the filters. Like we can compare the data with the last year or this is the target year. And here it is showing all the years quarters and years to year to date, and it is showing the uh, like filter by country. By default, I is showing the LATAM, so I just unselect this, so it is showing the all the data, and we can filter data by category and by stores. And here it is showing the full form of that. All the short term I use like benchmark last year, gross margin, net sales, net profit, and all. And here it is showing the KPI cards for the net sales, gross margin percentage, and net profit. And in the below it is showing the benchmark data. So now we are comparing with the last year, so it is showing the last year net sales, last year gross margin, and last year net profit percentage. We can also see the targeted year. So now it is showing the targeted year, like for the data for the 2023. And here it is showing the area chart for the net sales performance over time. So this is showing the net sales of the particular month of the uh, of that particular physical year. And in the bottom, it is showing the top bottom product and customer by net sales. We can also filter the data by region, category, market, and product. Now it is showing the region. We can also see the data by category and market, and all the P and L values of that particular category, and PLL value changes, percentage changes. Here it is showing the profit loss statement for the particular year, and the comparison year it is showing when we are comparing the last year, so it is showing the 2021 data and change percentage. Uh, and now I just go to the sales page. So in the sales page, it is showing the scatter plot of the net sales and gross margin percentage. We can also add the variance in that by toggling this. You can see I add the variance with the 9%. So you can see the data. Okay, here it is showing the donut chart. I use the two donut chart here. The first is pre-invoice deduction, post-invoice deductions, and gross margin. The second donut chart is showing the total COGS and gross margin. So you can see the total COGS is 62% and gross margin is 37%. Here it is showing the customer and net sales, gross margin percentage, and gross margin percentage change. The first, the here it is also one more thing to show. When I click on this particular customer, the trends will show. You can see that particular customer at least e-store, sorry, at least e-store have the net sales is 317 million and gross margin percentage is 37%. We can also see the data by product. You can see to click on the product. Now it is showing the net sales for that for the product. You can see the trend between net sales and gross margin percentage for that particular product. Now I just go to the marketing page. So you can see here it is a scatter plot between net sales and gross margin percentage. So we can also see the scatter plot between net profit percentage and net sales per net sale. You can see we can toggle between gross margin percentage and net profit percentage. Here I use the pie chart to show the total COGS and gross margin. I use the waterfall chart to show the gross margin, operational expenses, and net profit. Here we can also toggle between market and segment. Now it is showing the market data. We can also show the segment. So you can see for that particular segment, net sales, gross margin percentage, net profit percentage, and net profit percentage change. We can also see the category of that particular segment. You can see these are the categories. And now I just go to the supply chain. So here we use the KPI cards for the forecasting accuracy, net error, and absolute error. And here I use the column bar chart sorry, column line chart to show the forecast accuracy percentage last year, and net error. This is the showing the forecast accuracy, and this is showing the forecast accuracy for last year, and these bars are showing the net error. And here it is showing the key matrices by customer. You can see the forecast accuracy percentage last year, net error percentage, and risk. Here it is showing the key matrices by product. Now I go to the executive view. So you can see inside the executive view, we have the KPI cards for the net sales, gross margin percentage, net profit percentage, and forecast accuracy. We have the bar chart for the channels and divisions. When I see the channels, then it is showing the all the channels which we were discussed: direct channel, distributor, and retailer. Here it is showing the area chart for the net profit and gross margin percentage, and at least market share percentage. For the division, we see the, okay, I select the other year. So maybe it is showing, yeah, it is showing the net profit percentage, gross margin percentage, and market share percentage of the athlete. Here you can see the revenue contributions over a year for the athlete and their competitors. So athlete have the very minimal contribution in the year of 2020. We see the 2022, so it have 5% market share, 5% revenue, and these are the competitors like BP, Dale, Innova, Passer, and all, and their their revenue. And here it is showing the top 5 customer and top 5 products. The Atlic have top 5 customers like Amazon, Atlic exclusive, and that these are the top 5 products of the Atlic and their uh, and here we have sub-region performance. These are the sub-regions and their net sales and gross margin percentage, net profit percentage, net error risk, and revenue contributions percentage, and Atlic market share percentage. Now, now I just go again with the PPT. So you can see we have the some suggestions for the Atlic from our report. So the first suggestion is shift to profit. You may notice, like in the finance view, in the year of 2022, Atlic have the net sales of 3.89 billion, but their net profit is minus 13%. This is the lesser than the previous year. So they need to more focus on the net profit rather than gross sales. And the second is inventory optimizations. In the supply chain view, you may notice I just select the category by Latin America. So in the year of 2022, you can see the Latin America customers, all the products are like out of stocks. So from the forecasting accuracy and net error, they can they can more focus on the inventory and stocks. The and third is direct expansion. If they more focus on the Atlic direct stores like Atlic e-commerce stores and Atlic exclusive, then they can get more revenue. And these are the recommendations for 2026 for the Atlic, like global data democratizations. If they use more on 360-degree project, then they can removing the central bottleneck of reporting. And these are the market specific product kits and operational expense control. If they use this project, they can control that, like excess inventory or out of stocks categories, like, and they can reducing their net error by, and these are the case study we already discussed, like the problem faced by at least, and what are the solutions? We also give the solutions, like they more focus on forecasting accuracy and net errors, so maintain the inventory. And these are the technical problem I faced during my this project, and I overcome this using the ATL process, data modeling, and text measures. So thank you so much thank you so much to give your time to see my all the project details and presentations. If you have any kind of questions, you can contact with me or comment down in this video. Thank you so much.